Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to P.O. Faulkner Park as we get you set for American Legion Baseball opening day for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Tom McLaughlin, and Braden Schaffner are our cameramen here tonight, or this afternoon, and back in the studio is Spencer Dupuis, currently Manager Tobin, introducing his team as part of the opening day festivities here at P.O. Faulkner. As we get set for the national anthem here momentarily, and then a flyover coming in about 3 minutes. But Dylan, you just look at this post 14 team, the Hornets, a team that returns a lot from last year and should have another successful season.
Right, yeah, it's an exciting part of the year to watch this team play. Read this roster up and down reads like an EPAC All-Star team. The best from Martinsburg, Musselman, even Hedgesville, even though they're not here today while they're playing the state championship today. But it's exciting to see all these guys play on the same team instead of against each other.
And Swoyersville, their opponent, a quality program here from Pennsylvania in the Scranton area, as the first pitch thrown out by manager Tobin. Due to his contributions to just the area and the American Legion, they felt like he should throw out the first pitch today, as it was offered to the leader of the Berkeley American Legion, but he offered to manager Tobin to throw out the first pitch. So kind of a nice gesture there as we get set for the national anthem, and we'll just keep it here in case this flyover occurs during it.
About 15 seconds.
So that concludes our national anthem. We continue to await this flyover here at P.O. Faulkner Park. But Dylan, you mentioned it, a pretty stacked Berkeley Post 14 team, and you mentioned the lineup. Let's go ahead and run down that lineup for the Hornets this afternoon. Starting in right field and leading off, number 9, Connor Bailey. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 1, Cam Moore. Batting third, the shortstop, number 13, Baden Hartman. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 8, Chase Herndon. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 20, Colin Reed. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 4, Landon Sifford. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 2, Carson Buber. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 7, Braden Oviedo. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 10, Jordan Canby, on the mound this afternoon for the Hornets is Braden Stoudemire. So, a good lineup, like you said. I mean, most of these guys are high school seniors heading into their freshman year of college baseball. Some of them are freshmen in college that are heading into their sophomore years of baseball. But, I mean, this is a good team. They had 5 newcomers to the roster, returned a lot of guys from last year, which shows how well-respected this program is still.
Right, yeah. I mean, you get the best of the best here in the Eastern Panhandle to come around and play for the Hornets. I mean, just look at, you're going to have guys like Baden Hartman and Colin Reed, Landon Sifford, all these guys. And then once Hedgesville comes back here later in the summer, after they're done the state championship today, you'll have guys like Lane DeLauder, Braylon Connor joining the roster as well. And so you look at where they already have things lined up with this 9-man roster. It's like, man, you're going to be moving a really good player down out of the lineup or off of the mound.
For Swoyersville, their starting lineup looks like this. Leading off, the left fielder, number 18, Nick Bayo. Batting second, the shortstop, number 22, Max Wapahowski. Batting third, the second baseman, number 3, Mason Scarlatt. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 1, Brian Gill. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 12, Carlos De La Rosa. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 20, DJ McDermott. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 16, Anthony Bayo. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 8, Hayden Vaught. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 28, Cole Hospotter. And on the mound for them will be Clem. Number 24, Trevor Clem, will be on the mound for this Swoyersville post 644 team. And Dylan, both teams decided to use the same uniforms today, pretty much.
Yeah, it's going to be a little hard to tell each other apart when they got the red shirts with blue sleeves and white pants. And I guess the difference you can tell is they both have blue hats. One's the post 14 team a little darker, and the front panel for the Hornets is white as opposed to red for Swoyersville. So that's about the only difference.
And Swoyersville has their post 644 on the back of the jerseys.
Right.
That's the only other difference you have there, really, between these two teams. And still waiting this flyover, Dylan.
Yeah, it hasn't come yet. We were told it would come at 12:50 on the dot. They tried to time the national anthem so that the plane would fly over as it ended. Here we go.
Are we getting the flyover?
Yeah, we are.
Very good. While the plane flies over, let's go ahead and hear from the head coach of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin. Coach of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets, Trip Tobin. Trip, your season starts here today against this Swoyersville team. What are you looking forward to about the matchup?
Well, I think they're a quality ball club. As you can see, they come in here and they warmed up correctly. Look like some athletes over there. So I think we're going to have a good matchup here today. We're going to have to be on our A game, right out of the gate, and going to start Braden Stoudemire on the mound and throw a couple guys. And we're not going to throw anybody deep today, but I think we'll get to see our pitching staff and just see how we can handle, a quality ball club here that came to town.
First game of the season, you got a few guys down at the state tournament, but overall, most of the team here today for the beginning of the year. What are you excited about with this group? A lot of guys returned from last year.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about seeing some of these guys return from college. Really excited to see our new look infield. Without Kamian and Jack, we got Oviedo and Braden Oviedo. We got Carson Buber out there today. We got we got a returning Baden Hartman out there in the infield. We got a couple other guys that can go there. So interested to see how that works out and see how they play and see how they can handle this level of competition.
And doubleheader here today, so chance to get a lot of guys, a lot of innings, like you said. Be able to use a lot of different pitchers in this matchup. What does that kind of do for your team early in the year, so you can get a good evaluation of everybody and where they're at this point?
Yeah, at this point, the last player here today that's played is Caleb Fletcher. The rest of these guys, were eliminated in sectionals. So it's been a while since they've seen some live at bats. So, we just want to see these guys get on the field and then, get some live at bats, get some reps, and start getting going again. We got a game against Potomac Valley on Wednesday that we, sort of a must-win. What you would call a sectional game. They're in our section, so we need to get a lot of guys in and kind of see where we're at and see who's rusty and see what we need to work on.
All right, Coach. Anything else?
No, sir. Thanks for being here.
All right, thank you. Good luck. So that was manager Tripp Tobin of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. As we get set for first pitch, again, it will be Braden Stoudemire on the mound, the Shepherd pitcher, coming off of his freshman season with the Rams, Dillon, and he'll be on the mound here today for Berkeley, at least to start the game. Probably not go too deep. I'd think 3, 4, maybe 5 innings out there here in this first game of the season. It's a 7-inning doubleheader, so both games will be 7 innings opposed to the typical 9. And leading off for Swoyersville will be Nick Bayo. He takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Right, especially in a doubleheader today, you're not going to see a ton of pitchers going deep in either of these games. And when you got teams like this that are stacked as they are, you're going to have guys up and down the roster that can get you some quality innings.
Second one, a called strike 2 on Bayo. The left fielder here today wearing the number 18. Next pitch from Stoudemire, a swing and a miss for strike 3, so doesn't get much better for your first start of the season. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Baden Stoudemire.
Right, that it just goes to show you that that's the kind of quality you have on this Hornets team.
They'll bring Wapaowski to the plate, and he swings and misses, or foul tip there. Either way, strike 1.
They're swinging and missing early as opposed to just letting it go by. He's throwing some heat.
The next pitch from Stoudemire misses outside, just outside for ball 1. 1 ball, a strike here on the shortstop. The next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
And these guys have been playing baseball already for months here, but this could be a different level of competition for especially these high school guys. They're going up in here against a college pitcher.
The 0-2 hit on a line towards short. Hartman fields it and throws to first in time for the out. So 2 down quickly here for post 644, and that will bring Scarlett to the plate, the second baseman. And Dylan, they have been playing for a few months, but a lot of these high school guys, especially if you didn't make it to the state tournament, which the players that made it to the state tournament are not here, they've been off for a little bit. So they could be a little bit rusty on both sides here today, at least from a hitting perspective when you haven't seen live pitching in a while.
That's a great point, yeah. And Braden Stoudemire is a tough guy to have to come and shake the rust off against.
The 0-1 called strike 2 on the inside corner, so Stoudemire again working ahead. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 down here in the top of the first. The next pitch from Stoudemire is outside for ball 1.
I think it's interesting here with the Hornets fielding lineup. You got Carson Buber at second base when he's been playing the whole season.
Swing and miss, strike 3. We head to the bottom of the first. 1-2-3 goes post 644, and the Hornets come in the plate on the other side of this 60-second break. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
He planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park, the Hornets' nest during the summer. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Dylan, we'll get into the Hornets lineup here for the first time this season. Connor Bailey to lead things off, followed by Cam Moore and Baden Hartman. Bailey, the former Jefferson Cougar, now spending his time in college ball, and then Cam Moore, of course, from Washington, and Baden Hartman from Musselman. Hartman, one of the few guys on this team not yet committed to play at the next level, but we know he'll get an offer, or he's got offers, he's just got to make a decision.
Right, yeah, he's got a lot to think about, too, because he's a great football player as well. Again, we saw him at quarterback, but, baseball, he's just as good, if not better. So that's one of the things you got to take into consideration as well.
Yeah, it seems like he's decided to not play football at the next level, as I believe he originally had committed to Bethany to play football, right. But with the fact that he's still playing baseball here in the summer and hasn't and decommitted, I'm leaning toward that he's going to play baseball at the next level if he even decides to do that, though. Yeah, it's a big decision.
Yeah, it's probably the best for him. I mean, baseball is easier on the body, if nothing else. So if you're equally good at both, then you might as well, pursue the one that's going to be less stress on you.
Right, and there's a lot of factors, of course, school, how much money they're willing to give you at these levels as well. So we'll see what Baden decides, but a great athlete overall. Connor Bailey will take the first pitch for a called strike at the letters. Bailey playing right field here today for the Hornets. And the 0-1 pitch here from the lefty Clem is fouled away. The defense for Swoyersville looks like this. It's Clem on the mound, Gill behind the plate, Vaught at first, Del Rosa at third, Vosky at shortstop, Sagert at second base, Bayos from left and center, and Hospotter in right field. Nick Bayo and left, Anthony Bayo in center field. And the next pitch is a bouncer for ball one. 1-2 strikes here on Connor Bailey. Just to show you the balance and the talent in the EPAC, Bailey a Jefferson product, Moore a Washington product, Hartman a Musselman product. That's your top three. Then Herndon a Spring Mills guy. And then, of course, you have Washington again, and then a lot of Martinsburg here at the bottom, and Sifford, Buber, Oviedo, and Canby. But pretty much every school is represented on this team, which is showing of the talent around here. It's a pitch that misses low and inside for ball three. 3-2 strikes.
Pitcher Trevor Clem out of Wyoming Valley West High School in Plymouth, Pennsylvania. Went 10-10 this year.
3-2 pitch misses inside for ball four, and that will allow Connor Bailey to start the season with a leadoff walk. So good at bat there from Bailey, and that'll bring the DH Cam Moore to the plate. Batting from the left side, wearing number 1. Cam is headed to Fairmont. And the pitch here to him, called a strike.
Nice start, leadoff walk. You always want your leadoff guy to be able to get you a good start. Get the meat of your lineup, some guys to drive in potentially.
Moore take this one inside for a ball. It's a 2-0 count. I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike, or 2-0, yes. Runner on first base. And Moore shows bunt, lays it down the line. Perfect bunt to advance the runner, and throwing him out by about a step there was Del Rosa over to Hayden Vaught. That advances the runner, though, so early on the Hornets trying to get that early 1-0 lead with Baden Hartman coming to the plate.
It's perfectly placed down the line. It was probably a little too hard hit to be able to beat it out. It was a nice play over there at third. Be able to come in by Carlos Del Rosa.
So runner on second base and Bailey, and the pitch to Baden Hartman misses outside for ball 1. Hartman had an excellent season for the Musselman Applemen, playing shortstop. Can catch as well. He was an all-state catcher the year before his senior season, this past season. So versatile guy in this lineup. Takes the pitch outside here for ball 2.
I mentioned at the top of the inning, Carson Boover playing second base when he played shortstop all year for the Bulldogs, and the reason for that is you got Baden Hartman on the roster, who's a great shortstop as we saw all year.
Yeah, and Carson played second a lot his sophomore season as Hartman sends this one into the gap in left center field. That'll get down for extra bases. Bailey will score easily from second, and it is 1-0 post 14 as Baden Hartman has a 1-out RBI double to get the Hornets on the board here first.
Great contact on that one, just perfectly placed in the gap. No shot for that to be anything other than an RBI double.
So I'll bring the left fielder Chase Herndon to the plate. Herndon wears the number 8. Here for the Hornets, the former Spring Mills Cardinal with a runner on second base. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner from Trevor Clem.
This is going to be tough sledding for Clem, facing such a good lineup.
The 0-1 with 1 away is a chopper. Going to be tough play for everybody, and Herndon will beat it out on the infield single. So Herndon reaches first. Runner and Hartman advancing from second to third. That's another thing with this lineup. That top 4, all those guys can run really well too, Dylan. So if you can get them on base for guys like Colin Reed and Landon Sifford, even though Reed isn't necessarily a speed guy, he's a good base runner. So, I mean, that shows the completeness of these guys when they're at the plate as well. As Herndon takes off, throw down, not in time. He takes second easily, but sliding in there on the turf, nearly slid off the bag, but he's safe. At second and third now for the Hornets with Reed at the plate in a 1-0 count. Next pitch from Clem, the lefty misses low and inside for ball 2, excuse me.
You're more likely to see a throwdown on these runners on the corner steals of second base when you have better catchers than you would during the entire high school season. You see a lot of catcher's indifference.
Next pitch hits the zone for strike 1, on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike here on Colin Reed with 2 in scoring position for Berkeley Post 14, who grabs the early 1-0 lead on the RBI double from Baden Hartman. The next pitch here to Reed, high for ball 3. It's American Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Last time we saw the junior team pick up a 7-0 win, and they're now 3-1 on the year on the junior Post 14 Hornets, as this one hits the outside part of the plate again, so able to find that outside part for the second strike here. 3-2 count on Reed with 2 on and just 1 out.
A lot of patience at the plate with this bat.
Next pitch to Colin Reed. He rips this one into left field. That will get down and bring in the run. The left fielder, Nick Bayo, has an issue with it, so that will allow both runners to score. Reed makes the turn, and he's in there of a 2 RBI single, scoring both Hartman and Herndon.
Great contact on that one. He waited, got himself into a 3-2 count, showed a lot of patience, waited for that great one pitch to be able to drive in these 2 runs. Just like that. I mean, you see the power and the hitting of this lineup.
Landon Sifford will come to the plate, the catcher. It's 3-0, Berkeley Post 14 leading. The next pitch misses high for a ball. Sifford wearing his number 4 in his home ballpark here, the Martinsburg Bulldogs. It's Martinsburg throughout the 6 through 9 hitters in the lineup. Pitch here to Sifford, a swing and a miss.
I think it's interesting. You're going to see the bottom of this lineup for the Hornets is very reminiscent of a reverse order of the Martinsburg Bulldogs lineup this past season.
This one misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike here on Landon Sifford.
You'll have Sifford, Buber, Oviedo, and Canby.
Sifford will be playing at Frederick Community College this next season as Landon lifts this one up in the infield, and rolling over to make the catch is Scarlatt. And they'll be able to double him up as Colin Reed got caught in between first and second there, and that will be the final out of the inning. But the Hornets get 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. We head to the second. Our score, Berkeley Post 14, 3. Swoyersville Post 644, nothing. And we head to the second inning after this.
Hi, I'm Ron Springer, head golf professional at The Woods. If you're a golfer who loves fun and competition, get your friends together and enter one of the many fundraising tournaments held at The Woods. You and your group may qualify to play in the area's premier golf event, the Tournament of Champions. The winning team will receive individual prizes as well as a cash prize for the organization they represent. For a list of qualifying tournaments, see ads in Around the Panhandle magazine and the Journal. For a list of rules and regulations, visit thewoods.com or contact me, Ron, at thewoods.com.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
I think it's the right move.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Berkeley Post 14 leading 3-0 here as we head to the second inning. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters to go for the Swoyersville team. It is Gill, Del Rosa, and McDermott hitting for Clem here. Due up for Post 644. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Colin McLaughlin, and Braden Schaffner, our cameraman. Spencer Dupuis back in the studio. And Dylan, great start for Stottlemyre out on the mound, 3 up, 3 down.
Right, and if that first inning is any indication of how this game is going to go, it's going to be a tough first game of this doubleheader for Swoyersville, giving Stottlemyre a 3-run cushion after 1 inning, after he handled the 1, 2, 3 hitters with ease, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Now he gets to face the 4, 5, 6 guys. We'll see what they can do. Gill, Del Rosa, and McDermott. See if they can get anything going, or if they're going to have to wait for, at the very least, the second go-round with this lineup to try to figure out Stottlemyre.
Yeah, and not too familiar with when Swoyersville, when most of their players ended their season up there in the Scranton area of Pennsylvania. A lot of the players would be Wyoming high school guys, or I think there's a Wyoming East and maybe a Wyoming West. I'm not certain.
Yeah, Wyoming Valley West is home of Trevor Clem, as well as Mason Scarlett. So they can gather that much by this point, at least.
Well, this one misses low for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch misses high for ball 2. So Gill getting ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch, a called strike one.
Get a tall hitter up there, big strike zone for...
Yeah, the catcher, Gill. The next pitch to him, called strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stoudemire also working quickly. And the right-hander's next pitch is low for a ball.
Close.
Talking with manager Trip Tobin. 3-2 count here. Stoudemire, the pitcher, as this one's fouled away, wants to continue to try to be a hitter at Shepherd as well, so not quite done with that. So we'll probably see him in the middle of the infield a few times this season, so he can work on his fielding and hitting throughout the year. The next pitch from Stoudemire, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's already his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon.
It's been a lot of guys swinging and missing so far. It's been tough for him to get a read on him. He fell behind in the count there, but worked it back.
And you can see why Shepherd wants him as a pitcher.
Right, yeah.
Had some amazing performances last season, or 2 seasons ago, I should say, for him when he was at Washington High School. The next one fouled away here.
All right, even at this level of competition, with who we see on up and down these rosters, being a Division II pitcher is a higher level than a lot of guys are going to be able to say. You mentioned guys going to these other colleges that we mentioned. Stoudemire is the one Shepherd guy here.
So this is McDermott. Del Rosa is batting in the 6th hole. So I have those two flipped on my lineup card, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Stoudemire looking in and delivering the next pitch, and it misses outside for ball 3.
Working a bit more cautiously against this part of the lineup than he did in the first inning.
Next pitch from Stoudemire is lifted out toward deep right field. Going back on it is Connor Bailey, and he makes the catch just in front of the warning track for out number 2. So McDermott gave that ball a ride, but able to make the play there was Bailey for the 2nd out. And that will bring Del Rosa to the plate.
Very loud F9 from McDermott.
The 3rd baseman, wearing number 12, he stands in. The next pitch from Stoudemire, big swing and a miss for strike 1.
It's just a lot of speed on that fastball.
Next one misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Next pitch from Stoudemire, called strike 2.
You hear the chatter from some of the coaches we have in the press box here. Think that Stoudemire's fastball is throwing around 87, 88 miles an hour.
The 1-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Stoudemire. And we head to the bottom of the 2nd. It's Berkeley 14-3, post 644-0. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WR.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
Orr's Farm Market. Strawberry season is here at Orr's Farm Market. Pick your own strawberries will be starting around May 13th, and you can make a reservation to come and pick, or buy some that are already picked. We're also offering a season pass this year, so get online at orrsfarmmarket.com to see the details. Visit our bakery counter today to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't miss our 2 new flavors of homemade strawberry donuts. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and remember, Orr's Farm Market. Happiness grows here.
Leading here over Swoyersville. Post 644, Nick Verzolini alongside me. Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Hornets coming to the plate. It is Buber, Oviedo, Camby due up for the Hornets. Working against Trevor Clem, the left-hander on the mound still for the second inning of work. And ended up having some good and bad moments in that first inning. Middle of the order hit him pretty hard, but other than that, he was able to find a way to work out of it, and we'll see how he settles in here in the second. Carson Buber coming to the plate, had an excellent season for the Bulldogs once he started to heat up at the plate, and Buber takes the first one high for a ball. Hitting over 300 this past year.
3 runs on 3 hits and 1 walk for post 14 in that first inning off of Clem.
Buber fouls away this one, so 1 ball and a strike. This one fouled away. The 1-2 pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Carson Buber, the second baseman here today for the Hornets. The next pitch from the lefty Clem. Line down the third baseline and goes foul. Buber, one of the few guys that will be back playing high school ball next year. Only a junior heading into his senior year.
Right, makes it more impressive that he's out here in this lineup, playing second base.
Him and his teammate Braden Oviedo will be back for the Bulldogs next season. Next pitch here, fouled away. Of the guys on the senior team that will also be playing high school baseball next year here in the EPAC, the only other guys are Lane DeLauder and Jason Myers. Everybody else will be in college next season. So pitch misses high for a ball, but a lot of these guys were on the team last year. Carson, one of the newer additions to the team. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch low for ball 4, so Buber able to draw a leadoff walk, which is exactly how post 14 began the game with the Connor Bailey leadoff walk. Now I'll bring Oviedo to the plate. Oviedo getting to play last night as well. He's going to play for both the junior and the senior team. Pitch here to Oviedo is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1.
We saw Oviedo, a sophomore, get some experience in Martinsburg in the sectional and regional play, pitching deep into the sectional play.
Caleb Fletcher will also be back next season, as this one's lined into left center field. And the center fielder, Anthony Bayo, coming over to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 10, Jordan Canby.
So it's a fly out for Oviedo. And Jordan Canby, the center fielder, will come to the plate.
So you get the Bulldogs leadoff hitter in the 9-hole for the Hornets. He did a great job all season long of starting games out hot.
Throw over, not in time. Over to Vaught there at first base from Clem. Buber, though, nearly got picked off. And Jordan did a lot of 9-hole hitting his junior season with Hudson Clement on the team. So it's like the two things that we've mentioned is kind of different as that pitch misses inside for a ball. Carson Buber playing second base, but he did that his sophomore year due to Hudson Clement, and Jordan Canby in the 9 spot. He did that a lot his junior year due to Hudson Clement.
Yeah, it shows you that these guys
are in comfortable spots, even though they're not necessarily their normal spots, but also are able to adjust.
Also shows you they can play in those more prominent roles when they are, not on these stacked teams.
Yeah, this one misses high for a ball. And 2 balls, 1 strike.
Add in someone like a Braylon Connor to the mix, you're going to have a team full of leadoff hitters who obviously can't all bat leadoff.
2-1 popped up in the infield. Charging in is the shortstop, Obhosky, for the second out of the inning.
Number 9, Connor Bailey.
Now bring Connor Bailey back to the plate, the leadoff hitter. Edgesville, they're currently at the state tournament, playing in the state championship game against Cabell Midland. This pitch missing high for ball one.
Yeah, they got a great performance by Lane DeLauder in yesterday's game. Only 2 hits throughout,
Bailey lays down a bunt here. It's well played. It's going to be a tough play for the lefty Clem. He fires across his body, not in time. Runner advancing, and Boober from second to third on the throw. And the Hornets have runners on the corners for Cam Moore. So an infield single for Connor Bailey. He can do that. Right fielder that played a lot of center field in high school, so he can play all. Actually, well, he played the corners, but he could play center field if he needed him to. They had Sam Wabnitz in center typically, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But, Bailey, a good speed guy, definitely in this lineup, and it's runners on the corners, and Cam Moore's going to send this one out the right field, charging in and making the play. Or no, Hopser couldn't make the catch, so coming in to score was Carson Boober from third, and it is 4-0 Berkeley Post 14 on the air.
That's tough. That's a play got to be made, but it did come in on kind of a weird angle.
I thought for a second he was going to get down, but Hosbacher got to it pretty quickly, and then he just couldn't make the squeeze. So runners on the corners for the Hornets and a 4-0 lead, and Baden Hartman coming to the plate. Hartman taking this one inside for a ball. Baden was dealing with an arm injury toward the end of the year. Didn't look to be something that's still bothering him anymore as he lined into left field in his first at-bat, and he gives this one a good ride as it goes foul. And, I mentioned that too. It wasn't really, or it was bothering him, but he didn't let it show in the sectional tournament. Had a home run in one of those games after the injury. So
Right, he played through it really well, just kind of hampered his ability to be able to pitch.
Right, and play the field a little bit as this one runs in and hits him in the back, so the bases are now loaded for the Hornets. And Chase Herndon will come to the plate. So this is all of a sudden in the inning that looked like was going to be pretty good for Trevor Clem and his team. But now with 2 outs and the bases loaded in a very tough out here, and Chase Herndon coming to the plate, the former co-EPAC player of the year, and Herndon first pitch swinging, pops it up in the infield. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman, but he gets to it in time for the final out of the inning, and that will end the inning. Berkeley Post 14, though, does get a run across on the error, and it is 4-0 Hornets as we head to the third. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park, the Hornets' Nest, when Berkeley Post 14 plays, of course. As we head to the third inning, Post 14 leading 4-0 here over Swoyersville. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Kyle McLaughlin, and Braden Schaffner are cameramen, and then Stoudemire on the mound here for the Hornets. So we head to this third, and so far, Dylan, it's been good stuff.
Yeah, the Hornets almost were able to really blow this one open.
So I think maybe Jason Myers has checked in to the ball game.
Yeah, we got Jason Myers up on the mound now.
So Myers will be doing the pitching for the Hornets, but Stoudemire had a good first outing, 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings of work.
No hits given up.
Yep, so, yeah, I mean, makes sense. And this been a little while since Shepard's season ended. We know he didn't get a ton of innings with the Rams as a freshman, so.
Right, this is a situation.
Only 15 innings innings pitched during the spring. So
right, you probably could have thrown him out here for at least a couple more innings, if not longer, if you really wanted to. But again, this is a team with a lot of good pitchers, a lot of good hitters, so you don't really need to throw a guy out here for a complete game.
Well, I think, too, it's especially the first game in a while, and you don't want to risk any arm soreness or anything. I know the Hornets have a lot of coaches that are experienced in the pitching department and probably know a lot more about how to, keep a kid fresh throughout an entire summer and avoid those injuries. Because that's the most important thing when you're out here playing, is you don't want anybody to get hurt. Next pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-0 count.
Of course, Jason Myers, one of the better pitchers on the Musselman-Appleman roster this past year.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that will be back next season for the Appleman. 2-0 count. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Strike one. As it's Bayo here at the plate. This is Anthony Bayo, the center fielder. And the next pitch to him, taken for strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Third inning of work for the Hornets, leading 4-0, and Myers is going to call a mound visit from Landon Sifford.
The Bulldog and Appleman conference.
Usually not a friendly one.
Not usually. But once you get into post-14, things change,
2 balls, 2 strikes here on Bayo, the center fielder. The next pitch here from Jason Myers on the 2-2 is a breaking ball that's fouled away. It's Anthony Bayo trying to fight for this Swoyersville team, down 4-0 here in the third inning.
Try to do a little better than Nick Bayo did at the top of the lineup when he struck out.
Bayo takes this one looking for a called strike 3, so Myers comes back after getting down 2-0 to get the strikeout looking. And the Hornets now with 5 strikeouts between the 2 pitchers. And so that will bring Vaught to the plate. He's still yet to make it through the lineup. It's been back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings so far for Berkeley Post 14 defensively. As we mentioned, Stottlemyre getting the start, and now Jason Myers coming in here in this third inning in relief, a 1-0 count. Next pitch to Vaught, low for ball 2. So again, he falls behind 2-0. Vaught playing first base here today. Made a nice play defensively earlier in the ball game. And the 2-0 pitch from Myers is low for ball 3.
So you can still see trying to get a feel for things up on the mound.
The 3-0 misses inside for ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Vaught. And Hospotter will come to the plate now.
I don't even think Vaught thought that was a ball.
Not sure if the umpire even thought it was a pretty delayed call there.
Yeah. Regardless, that's the first base runner of the day for Swoyersville.
Ends the perfect game. This one misses low and outside. The throw down in time. So get that out back, and the base runner back, I should say, with the throw down from Landon Sifford. And that will result in the second out of the inning, and Hospotter now with no runners at the plate and a 1-0 count.
Is that the closest we get in baseball to saying ball don't lie?
I guess so, yeah. The 1-0 chopper hit into the infield. Tough play here. Oviedo gets to it and makes the play. A beautiful play by Braden Oviedo. He's only going to be a junior, ladies and gentlemen, and he just flashed a glove there with an excellent play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the third with Berkeley Post 14 leading 4-0. This is American Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Looking me back here to the Hornets' nest. Berkeley Post 14. Hornets leading 4-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning for Berkeley Post 14. Will be Colin Reed, Landon Sifford, and Carson Buber due up for the Hornets here as we begin this bottom of the 3rd. Nick Verzolini alongside me. Dylan Bishop in the state championship game between Hedgesville and Cabell Midland. The Eagles trail it 2-1. In the top of the 3rd with Braylon Connor on second base and Noah Brown at the plate trying to come back and bring home a state championship to the Eastern Panhandle. Dylan, but Colin Reed here at the plate.
Well, we'll see if they can recover.
Still a lot of baseball left to be played. Here's the pitch to Reed is outside for a ball, and they have a chance to at least tie things up here with a runner on second base. But in the game that we're here with, it's 4-0 Hornets, and the pitch to Colin Reed as he loses control of his bat and it flies into the backstop, but he fouls it away.
According to Spencer Dupuis back in the studio, it's 2-2 now.
Okay, my game changer hadn't updated yet, so there we go. Anybody's ball game there, tied at 2 as Reed broke his bat, I believe, when he lost control of it, so he's going to have to get another one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Colin Reed as he heads into the dugout, grabs a new bat. Got an orange and black one now. White as well a little bit. Maybe a blue, not certain there, but pitch here is low for a ball.
Let's see if Clem can recover the rough first 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks.
2-0 was high for a ball. Did have an error that last inning to give up the other run, so.
Yeah, three runs earned.
Next pitch, outside for ball 4, so Colin Reed works his way to a walk. He got back-to-back 3-2 counts. On the other one, he had a 2 RBI single. This time they walk him. Now bring Landon Sifford to the plate. He flew out his first time up. Sifford, the catcher, hitting with Reed on first. In this bottom of the 3rd inning, the next pitch, Sifford lays down a bunt. It's well placed down the 3rd base line. Del Rosa gets to it and throws to first in time for the first out, but that advances the runner and Reed over to second. And the Hornets looking to extend on this lead and take advantage of the leadoff walk, Dylan.
Yep, second time in 3 innings. The Hornets have laid down a successful sac bunt to 3rd base. Been able to move these guys around, and last time that run ended up being the first run of 3 in that inning.
Now bring Carson Buber to the plate. Buber walking his first time up. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Buber with a runner on second base, and Colin Reed will take this one from Clem outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Trevor Clem on the mound, working through his 3rd inning of work for the left-hander. The next pitch, this is outside for ball 3. So Buber already 1 walk, trying to draw another one here. Runner on second base and Colin Reed for the Hornets. Already a 4-0 lead. The next pitch is a bouncer that misses for ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Buber. And Oviedo coming to the plate.
That's already the fifth walk of the day for Trevor Clem. 2 in a row. I can't blame his catcher for coming out here trying to talk to him.
Yeah, just trying to make sure they're on the same page here with Oviedo coming to the plate. Oviedo had an excellent defensive play to end the inning for Swoyersville last time. And now he's going to try to do some damage with his bat. He flew out back in the 2nd inning.
last time through the order, Clem was able to retire Oviedo and Canby at the bottom of the lineup. That would get him out of this jam.
The pitch here to Oviedo is a called strike one.
But unfortunately for him, in that first go-round in the second inning, there was no outs because he walked Carson Boomer the first time around.
Oviedo takes this one outside for a ball. Then he gave up the Bailey single, then the error on the Cam Moore play allowed Uber to come around to score. Next pitch here to Oviedo is fouled away.
That's all it can really take sometimes is you let one guy at the bottom of that lineup get on base, flip it back over to the top, and you can get into some trouble. And that's how the Hornets were able to get that fourth run.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down, 2 on for the Hornets. And the next pitch to Oviedo is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Oviedo goes down with the strikeout. That is the first of the day for Clem.
So he settled in. Whatever his catcher, Brian Gill, told him, ended up working out.
Pitch here to Jordan Canby, fouled away as he comes out first pitch swinging. Canby was retired on a pop out his first time up to the second baseman. 0-1 count, 2 down. Reed standing on second base with the leadoff walk. Boober on first with a walk as well. The next pitch to Jordan Canby, a breaking ball, called a strike. 0-2 count here on Canby. About to come here from Trevor Clem, the pitcher, the left-hander. He looks into his catcher, Brian Gill, checks the runners on the base pass, and now delivers the 0-2, the breaking ball missing outside for a ball.
And that one just didn't quite break into the plate like he wanted it to, but he had the 0-2 count to work with.
1-2 count now as he checks the runner and delivers the next pitch, and it's hit on the ground, foul down the third base line. Del Rosa was charging in, but it dipped foul there at the last moment. Keep this at bat going here for Jordan Canby, the Martinsburg center fielder. And the pitch to Canby, missing outside for ball 2. Good at bat here from Canby here in the 9-hole.
Yep, battling back, got it even. See if he can continue this inning.
Next pitch, low for a ball.
Yeah, Clem's still missing outside on all these pitches to Canby. Just can't quite get that outside corner.
Next pitch, given a ride by Canby out to deep left field. That ball is out of here for a home run. Jordan Canby, a 3-run shot, breaks this game wide open at 7-0. Canby there just sat on that pitch and delivered for the first homer of the season for Berkeley Post 14 in its first game. And it shows the depth of the team as well. The number 9 guy, Canby, coming through with a home run. And Dylan, I mean, he got a lot of that pitch. And I was just about to make the point that as a lefty, especially pitching to a right-handed batter, you mentioned him missing those outside pitches.
He tried to go back inside with it, and he hung it over the plate.
Yeah, and it's tough to go inside on a righty, as now we'll have a mound visit. And this could be it for Trevor Clem. But, you know, when you're a right-handed batter seeing a lefty and they try to go inside on you, it can be difficult, and then you see the pitch all the way in, which makes it, you know, a lot tougher to target that inside part of the plate, but he had to try to go inside since, like you said, he wasn't hitting those outside pitches. So Canby delivers the home run. It's now 7-0. Berkeley Post 14, and Connor Bailey at the plate hitting on a 1-0 count. It looks like they're going to let Clem try to work through this inning.
Yeah, I imagine.
And then they'll probably make a change.
Yeah, I would think you wouldn't see him in the fourth. With 2 outs, they'll try to, and with the bases now empty, they'll try to let him power through one more out, even though he's at the top of the lineup now. That shows you what this lineup can do when your number 9 hitter can get you a 3-run home run.
I only believe they have about 13 guys on this roster, so not a whole lot off the bench. Connor Bailey's going to just send this one into left field through the 5-6 hole for a 2-out single and continue the rally for Berkeley Post 14, as it's a 2-hit day for Connor Bailey. And that will bring Cam Moore to the plate. Moore is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and reached on an error. Pitch here to Moore, lefty versus lefty, and Moore gives this a good ride out towards center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Rounding second is Bailey, and he's going to get in there. On a ball hit to second or center field, Bailey taking off and getting the third, and now runners on the corners for the Hornets, and Baden Hartman coming to the plate. So back-to-back singles for Berkeley Post 14, and another dangerous bat in Hartman, who had a RBI double his last time. In the first inning, it was hit by a pitch in the second. Next pitch here to Hartman. That time he was able to get the inside part of the plate on a foul tip. 0-1 now. Clem trying to get through this inning. 7-0 Berkeley Post 14 with 2 on. The next pitch to Hartman, a breaking ball that misses high for ball 1.
It's underrated how it can be underrated. It can kind of be one of those things that is hard, that is made to look easy, going from first to third on a base hit to center, like Bailey just did. But that's impressive speed.
This one fouled away by Hartman. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Trevor Clem now through 2 2/3, up to 5 walks, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 7 total on the day.
The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Hartman, hit on the ground toward the third baseman Del Rosa. He struggles to get it out of the glove, and that's going to allow Hartman to take first. And coming around to score easily from third was Connor Bailey on the error, and it is 8-0. Berkeley Post 14. Chase Herndon coming to the plate. Herndon so far 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. So the Hornets trying to hit around here in this third inning and continue to pour on the runs here in game 1 of this doubleheader. The next pitch to Herndon, a breaking ball that he fouls away.
Right back into the net.
No action out there in the bullpen from Swoyersville.
If we didn't have that net there, it would have been a great play made by Aaron Byler. Make that barehanded snag on that line drive.
As Varner heads back to second base. Oh, 1, 2 down, 2 on for the Hornets. The left-hander delivering the next pitch. It's a pitch that misses outside for a ball.
Boy, you just need a couple pitches to go your way to get out of this inning if you're Clem. He's struggled a lot so far, but only needs one solid hit to right to one of his infielders.
The 1-1 from Clem is fouled away from Chase Herndon. Herndon, the left fielder today.
He pitched the contact in the way that you would want a one-hopper to your third baseman against Baden Hartman, but that one bobble against a guy as fast as him is going to be enough for that to be beat out.
Yeah, I think Del Rosa knew it too when he picked it up. Had to rush the throw and it barely got there. Herndon gives this a little pop out, but it's going to go foul and not be caught in time. So runners will return to their spots on the base paths. It's Cam Moore down there at second base. Baden Hartman on first. Good speed for Chase Herndon here at the plate, who has good speed as well. 1-2 count with 2 down. Berkeley Post 14-8. Swoyersville 6:44, nothing. In the bottom of the third, the next pitch to Herndon, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Clem gets out of the inning, but the Hornets get 4, but 3 of them on 1 hit. A 3 RBI homer from Jordan Camby extends this lead, and then more runs coming across as well. So it's 8-0 Berkeley Post 14 as we head to the 4th. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. It is Berkeley post 14-8. Swoyersville post 644-0 as we head to the fourth inning. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Colin McLaughlin, our cameraman, along with Braden Schaffner, and back in the studio is Spencer Dupuis. And Dylan, definitely an impressive outing so far for Berkeley post 14.
Yeah, the bats have just absolutely been on fire. Trevor Clem has had a heck of a day trying to contain this lineup. 8 runs, and they've come all throughout the lineup. Like you said, 3-run home run by your number 9 hitter, Jordan Canby.
Bayo to lead things off here. Nick Bayo will take the first pitch for a called strike from Jason Myers, who's in for his second inning of work.
Meanwhile, this is the first batter we're seeing for the second time for Swoyersville, as it's been 9 up, 9 down.
Myers able to hit the zone again. Again, it's a double header here today between these two teams. Stoudemire got the start. He only worked 2 innings. The next pitch from Myers in his second inning of work is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Bayo goes down swinging, and continues to be a tough day at the plate for Swoyersville as Posky will come to the plate.
Yeah, that's 7 strikeouts through 10 batters for Stoudemire and Myers.
Next pitch here from Myers. Chopper hit back toward the pitcher, and he'll throw to Colin Reed for the second out quickly. It's 2 down here in the fourth.
Let's see, we got our first 2 batters duplicating what they did in their first at-bat. Let's see if that continues. If so, we'll get another strikeout here.
Keeping up with the trend still.
We'll see.
The only difference was Leposki grounded out the shortstop his first time.
Yep.
So this one, a called strike 1. So maybe to mix it up, we'll get a strikeout looking this time from Scarlett.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, or maybe we'll see a hit.
We've seen a lot of swinging and missing overall from this lineup.
1 ball, 1 strike from Jason Myers, and it's fouled away. First game for both these teams. It's tough to come out here depending on when your high school or college season ended. And a long trip for Swoyersville as well, coming from the Scranton area of Pennsylvania. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 outs, the next pitch from Myers, drop third strike. Throw down from Sifford in time for the final out of the inning, so the trend did continue, and we head to the bottom of the fourth. It is 8-0 Hornets. They're going to look to add on some runs. This is American Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Strawberry season is here at Orr's Farm Market. Pick your own strawberries will be starting around May 13th, and you can make a reservation to come and pick, or buy some that are already picked. We're also offering a season pass this year, so get online at orrsfarmmarket.com to see the details. Visit our bakery counter today to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't miss our 2 new flavors of homemade strawberry donuts. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Madison Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Madison Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Madison Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
Welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. 8-0 Hornets on top here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Nick Verzolino alongside me, Dylan Bishop, and Dylan. So far, Berkeley Post 14 has been rolling against this Swoyersville lineup.
Yeah, 8 runs through 3 innings off Trevor Clem, and Clem is staying out there for the fourth. So I almost had this thought in the second or third inning at some point. When you got a doubleheader, I wonder, get into the mind of a manager, when at some point they might even say that you leave a pitcher who might be struggling out there a little longer, as to say, save your pitchers for game 2, as opposed to a game that you might have already said, we've lost this one, we'll get him in the next one. Never get a manager to say that out loud.
Right.
But
I mean, we don't know how many pitchers they have, too. It looks like they have somebody warming out there now. So, depending on how many guys you have available, you might just have to throw a guy that's struggling in Clem. And, I mean, with it being the first game of the season, we don't know what their schedule's like as well. You might just be like, hey, go out there, get some good innings, but Colin Reed's going to give this run a ride out toward left field, and making the catch right at the warning track is the left fielder Nick Bayo for the first out of the inning. So Reed is retired, but nearly got all of that one, just got under it a little bit there, Dylan.
Yeah, almost. It was, if the wind were blowing a little more in the right direction, then I might have gotten out of here.
I'll bring Landon Sifford to the plate. Sifford takes this one inside for ball 1. Landon so far is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a sacrifice. And he takes this one outside for a ball.
So looking at the rule book for Legion play here, it does look like they do a 5-inning, 10-run rule if it were to come to it. So if they can add on
This one's
more.
A slow roller. Pitcher getting to it and tagging the base runner in Sifford, and it will be an 0 for 3 day for him. That'll bring Carson Buber to the plate.
Batting number 2, Carson Buber.
Yeah, we'll see if we get there. I mean, so far, though, Clem coming out at the beginning of this fourth, and they will retire the first 2 batters.
Yeah, we saw that the second inning, he was able to retire 2 guys. But then the one guy that he didn't was Buber, as he comes to the plate.
And Buber gives this one a ride to deep left field. Bayo looks up at it, climbs the wall, and that is out of here. The second home run of the day, both coming from Martinsburg Bulldogs, playing in their home park as Berkeley Post 14 leads it 9-0 on the Carson Buber solo shot. He was without any at-bats technically. He had 2 walks on the day, but he homers there. And Berkeley Post 14 leads it 9-0. Buber giving that one a ride, Dylan, and ball carries here at P.O. Faulkner, especially the left field.
The point I was about to try to make before we launched that one out of here was that Carson Buber has been the guy that's been able to extend these innings, although it was more with walks at the beginning of them that allowed the lineup to flip over to the top and let things keep going. But he extends it himself and allows this to not be a scoreless inning by doing all the work solo.
Oviedo stands in now. He has 2 strikes on him. Struck out and flew out so far, trying to join the home run party maybe for Oviedo as he flies out, or pops out here, but it's going to go out of play, excuse me. And luckily didn't hit anybody down that first base line. So Oviedo stands in, no balls, 2 strikes. Clem on the mound still for Swoyersville, post 644. For the Hornets, it's Oviedo at the plate and a 9-0 lead with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. The next pitch to Oviedo is popped up in the infield. Charging in is the second baseman, Scarlett, for the final out of the inning, and we head to the fifth. 9-0 Berkeley Post 14. Looks like Trevor Bohr is going to take the mound for the Hornets when we come back. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
On the Sports Mix, you'll hear interviews with prestigious guests.
Since you had that reunion, do you have a favorite memory from that season or maybe a funny story you'd like to share with our audience?
John Madden, the late, great John Madden, came out to our practice on, Thursday. He turned to those guys and he said, this game ain't going to be close. These guys are going to kill Buffalo.
Tune into the Sports Mix, weekdays from 12 to 1 on Talk Radio WRNR, FM 106.5, AM 740, TV 10, and streaming live on the TV 10 Facebook page.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. It's going to be Trevor Shut-the-Door Bohr here for the Hornets as Bohr going to come in and pitch. Hedgesville leading in the state championship game 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our cameramen this afternoon are Colin McLaughlin along with Braden Schaffner. And now every time I say Braden Schaffner, now that Baden Stoudemire is back, I think of him.
Right,
both have the same initials.
Some pretty similar sounding names, yeah. Well, now we got Trevor Bohr up on the mound, and it was almost a situation where he could truly close the door, as we like to say.
Shut the door.
Shut the door, excuse me. Trevor shut the door Bohr, that's hard to say. Almost had the chance to. If a couple more feet, it could have happened. We got a couple more feet on that Colin Reed fly out. If it could have turned into a solo home run, made it this 10-0. We would have had the chance to end this game right here.
Colin's making fun of you, Dylan. He said, no, it's not. When you said it was hard to say.
When two words rhyme, sometimes they get mixed up, Colin.
It's okay, Dylan. You having some issues finding a plug over there?
Don't worry about me.
1-0 count for Gill, the catcher. Pitch here from Bohr, the left-hander. Hit right back up toward him, but coming in and throwing from short is Baden Hartman to get the out. Baden Hartman retiring Gill on the ground out, 6-3. That will bring McDermott to the plate. It's going to bring Del Rosa. Well, McDermott hit in this spot last time, so this is interesting. Because I was confused last time because I thought Del Rosa was supposed to hit here, but McDermott hit here last time.
I'm with you there, Nick. We had Del Rosa written down as the number 5 hitter in the lineup, but then he batted number 6 the first time around.
Is this one called a strike? But I guess either he's in his right spot now, or was in his wrong spot earlier.
I'm gonna hypothesize that they batted out of order last time by accident, and no one noticed.
That's pretty fair, except for us. But we didn't really make it that vocal. We just thought maybe 2-1 count. Here's this one's called a ball. Well, it was written on the lineup kind of weird, so maybe that's why people didn't say anything.
Yeah, they had the pitcher written down in the order as well, so I had to figure that one out.
Who knows? 3-1 count, 1 down. The next pitch to Del Rosa is outside for ball 4, so he'll walk. And that will bring McDermott to the plate.
So to this point, you had been able to say, 14 up, 14 down, in a sense, or at least that's how.
Yeah, we did have a walk earlier
because you had the Hayden Vaught walked and then was caught stealing immediately. But now it's potentially the first time we get 4 batters in an inning.
Yeah. Could see a double play. Could see a similar situation. I don't think Del Rosa is going to run here with one down in the inning, and still trying to get some offense going, trailing 9-0 in the inning. And of course, Del Rosa, third baseman, not certain how speedy he is out there on the base pass.
He's a bigger guy there than a lot of the players on Swoyersville.
Pitch here to McDermott, lined into left field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Runners on first and second, to throw back to second, gets away. Colin Reed now charging after it, and the Hornets will just hold it this time and throw it into their catcher, Landon Sifford, as runners now in second and third, but that breaks up the no-hitter, Dawn.
Yep, the combined no-hitter, after 7 strikeouts between Stottlemyre and Myers, and 1 out to start things out for Bohr.
So Bohr with 1 down in the inning and 2 on now. Kind of a tough situation. That will bring Bayo to the plate here. But McDermott breaks up the no-hitter at the single, and then the Hornets with some errors behind him to put 2 on for Berkeley post 14. I'm sorry, for Swoyersville, I should say. Next pitch here from the lefty Bohr. Just misses a little bit low for ball 1 to Bayo. Anthony Bayo, the center fielder. Followed by Vaught in that lineup. The next pitch on 1-0 from Bohr is a called strike 1. 1 ball and a strike from Trevor. The next pitch from Bohr, low for a ball.
So you see post 14 went from one Appleman to the other. Try to keep Swoyersville off the board.
The 2-1 count misses outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out and 2 on for post 644.
You got first base open to try to force an out at any base. So pitching a little more cautiously, perhaps.
9-0 lead for post 14. The next pitch from Bohr gets away from the catcher Sifford. Del Rosa coming into the plate. He slides home safely. He is with the turf. Kind of an awkward slide there, but post 644 gets on the board here on the wild pitch, and it is 9-1.
Well, you can't have a force at any base if it's a wild pitch and the run gets in, so it doesn't even work out in that sense.
Vaught coming to the plate. We're tied in the bottom of the 4th at the state championship game at 3. This one a ground ball hit toward third, but it's going to be ruled a dead ball as it hit off of the batter.
And he's got to kind of shake that one off. I'm sure that hurt.
So Vaught, the first baseman, he walked his first time, as Dylan mentioned a few moments ago. His walk broke up the perfect game at the time, and then a hit this inning, and we no longer have a no-hitter going for post 14 as it's 9-1 here in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th between the Hornets and post 644. Trevor Bohr checks the runner at first base. The lefty will throw over it. Got him caught in a rundown. And the Hornets now trying to execute this rundown. Runner coming in to score from third, and Berkeley gets the out, but McDermott will score from third, and it's now 9-2. At that point,
it seemed like the point of
that. You take your out.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't think it was necessarily what they were trying to do, because you never want to give up an out, especially
right.
in a 9-2 game. If it was a 4-3 game.
Once he was caught in the rundown, I think he just kind of.
Yeah, at that point, once you're caught, yeah, you might as well just try to stay alive as long as you can to get that run in. So no base runners on the base pass now for Bohr as he delivers the next pitch. 2 down here in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike on Vaught, who walked again his first time up. Next pitch from Trevor. Breaking ball, a called strike. Bohr had a great summer last year for the Hornets. pitched the most innings on the team last summer. The next pitch here from Trevor Bohr misses outside for a ball, and he also hit the ball really well. Not necessarily known for his hitting in the high school seasons, but had a great season hitting for the Hornets last year. The lefty delivers the next pitch, and it's fouled away from Vaught. And he had a good season pitching for Musselman, usually as the closer, was perfect in his save attempts. 5 for 5. The next pitch here from Trevor Bohr is fouled away.
So they've been able to cut into this lead a little bit, but now you've got no runners on the base. You can focus all your attention on the guy right in front of you. You're 1 strike away from getting yourself out of the inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 9-2 our score. The next pitch from Bohr is hit on the ground and foul. Vaught with a great at-bat here, Don.
Yeah, he's fought well, keeping himself alive. Like I said, he was the first runner on the bases for Swoyersville. Worked himself into a walk.
Next pitch here, 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Bohr gets out of the inning. And we head to the bottom of the 5th of our score. Berkeley Post 14-9. Swoyersville 2. Hornets come to the plate when we come back. This is American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rocks, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 9-2. Berkeley Post 14 leading Swoyersville Post 644. New pitcher on the mound, Dylan, for Swoyersville. It's going to be Aaron Kosko.
Yeah, we'll see. Finishes the day for Trevor Clem at having given up 9 runs, 7 earned on 8 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts for Trevor Clem through 4 innings.
By the way, in the state championship, Cabell Midland took the lead over Hedgesville 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 on, and I don't believe anybody out according to Game Changer release. As first game of the season here for Berkeley Post 14. It's 9-2, Hornets on top. And Jordan Canby coming to the plate here. So far, Berkeley has had its bats going. 9 runs on 8 hits. And the first pitch to Canby misses inside for a ball. Jordan had a home run his last time up. Canby with a homer and a flyout so far today. Is a 3-run home run. The next pitch to Canby, swing and miss, strike 1.
That was a no-doubter, too. Like we said, it was Clem not being able to find that outside corner and then tried to finally put one inside and hung it over the plate for Canby to launch into left field.
Canby takes the next one for a ball. Jordan Canby, the center fielder for the Hornets here today, batting in the 9 hole. Doubleheader between Berkeley Post 14 and Swoyersville Post 644. The next pitch is inside for a ball. 3-1 count. The 3-1 runs in and hits Jordan Canby. So Canby hit by a pitch, something that he did a lot during the high school season.
He almost got hit on the very first pitch of the at-bat and ran in very close to him, but he was able to duck out of the way. Couldn't duck out of the way of that one, gets him right in the square of the back.
I believe he was hit 10 times this past season, which I believe led the EPAC and hit by pitches. And Canby now takes off using his speed, slides into second safely with the stolen base. So runner in scoring position for Connor Bailey, who takes the first pitch for a called strike. 0-1 count here on Bailey. Bailey 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a walk so far. Costco now with a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the inning, and that pitch misses inside for a ball, 1 strike.
So immediately, very good opportunity to drive in the 10th run. Canby has the speed to score on any base hit.
Pitch here, Connor Bailey lined into center field, charging in, and that will actually fall in for a base hit. So Bailey has a 3-hit day, all singles for the right fielder. Cam Moore will come to the plate.
Well, like I said, that Canby had the speed to score on any base hit. Problem there was that Bayo was playing so far in because of Canby's speed that was very, it took a long time for Canby to see if that was going to drop in. So only able to make it to third, runners on the corners.
So runners on the corners for Moore. And Moore will take the first one for a ball. We'll see if they do test Gill's arm again and send Connor Bailey down there at first. He kind of faked like he was going on that first pitch, and Moore sits in here on a 1-0 count, and this time Bailey takes off, gets away from the catcher Gill, and Canby will score easily from third to make it a 10-2 game. So runner in scoring position and Connor Bailey. Jordan Canby scoring on the wild pitch, and Cam Moore now will have an opportunity to get 1 RBI opposed to 2 on a 2-0 count for a very tough out. Moore had a single his last time, reached on error, had a sacrifice. This one gets away from the catcher as well. And now Bailey standing on third base. All it takes here is Dillon is a fly ball.
Yeah, and that could get you back up to a 9-run lead like you had going into the top of the 5th.
3-0 count here on Moore. The next pitch from Costco is low for ball 4, so Cam draws a walk. That will bring Baden Hartman now to the plate. Baden had a RBI double. Was hit by a pitch and reached on error so far today. So he's been on base all 3 times.
If we are indeed going off of a 5-inning, 10-run rule in this game, that makes Cam Moore on first base the winning run.
And Baden Hartman will give this one a ride to center. Anthony Bayo getting to it, and he'll throw from center field. Bailey will tag from third. And Connor Bailey scores on the sacrifice fly to extend it out to 11-2. With 1 out here in the inning, Moore will stay put at first base. And Chase Herndon coming to the plate. Herndon a single and a fly out so far. Throw over, not in time.
Looks like Cabell Midland is opening up a big lead, or at least opening up a lead in general against Hedgesville, up to 5-3. I think the lead might be growing.
This one fouled away here by Herndon. (11-2). And it is now 10-3, and I believe maybe more runs coming across the score in that state championship game. So definitely, now it just went to 10-3 in the bottom of the 4th between the Knights and the Eagles down there in Charleston for the state championship. Now there's a lot of baseball left in the bottom of the 4th inning, and here's a swing and a miss here for Chase Herndon, but not looking great for Hedgesville right now. 0-2 count with 1 down. And the Eagles don't have a lot of its big pitching left.
No, they've already gone through DeLauder yesterday. Tanner Matthews started the game. They put in Jackson West in relief. That's their big three.
So it's going to take a lot for the Eagles, but we'll see. Still, anything can happen in high school baseball. 0-2 count with one down and a runner on first. And Herndon fouls this one away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Berkeley Post 14 leading 11-2 here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Cam Moore stands on first base. Chase Herndon at the plate. The former Spring Mills Cardinal and former co-player of the year in the EPAC. Next pitch to Herndon, missing outside for a ball.
He's battling in this at-bat. Fouling some pitches off, try to work himself back into a favorable count.
Next pitch here to Herndon is popped up in the infield. Rolling over is the third baseman, Del Rosa, and he makes the play. A nice play over there in foul territory by the third baseman, Carlos Del Rosa. So Herndon flies out to third, and Colin Reed coming to the plate. Actually, we're going to have Caleb Fletcher pinch hit for Reed. Fletcher, the junior, or heading into his junior season now, will be Caleb as he finished his sophomore year at Jefferson. Throw over, checking on Moore, not in time.
What we heard, because Fletcher wasn't on the original roster that we had for Post 14, is that he's only going to be playing sometimes. Sounds like in late June he's going to become unavailable.
Pitch here to Fletcher. Again, a throw down, trying to check on the speedy Moore, and you see him kind of sliding into that turf, and it's always difficult when you're sliding on the turf, Dylan, and it almost looked like he was going to go by the bag, but he was able to keep himself over there. So there's a swing and miss from Fletcher. And from my understanding, you don't necessarily have to have a set roster yet until they get into the state tournament. Mm-hmm. Pitch misses low and outside for a ball.
Gill kept that within reach just enough that Cam Moore didn't test a run down to second base.
2-1 count here on Fletcher. Moore on first, and the pitch fouled away. 2 down here in the inning and a runner on first, and 11-2 our score in favor of the Post 14 Hornets. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swoyersville's Costco trying to get out of this inning. The next pitch from him is fouled down the first baseline. So Fletcher battling, trying to get that pitch count up. Pitch hitting here for Colin Reed. We'll see if manager Trip Tobin elects to get more guys in the game here as it goes on. The next pitch to Fletcher, a swing and a miss for the final out of the inning. And we'll head to the 6th. Our score, Berkeley Post 14, 11, Swoyersville 2. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
11-3 Midland.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
11-2 Berkeley Post 14. Trevor Borg in his second inning of work out there on the mound. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, and Dylan. So far, it's been a really good first game of the year for Berkeley Post 14. Bats are rolling. Pitchers have looked pretty sharp, so can't really complain if you're the Hornets. I mean, a few things in that last inning, though, didn't go their way, and Saw a little bit of fight from Swoyersville that they're not going to just come in here and lay down.
Right, yeah, they were able to get a little bit going from their lineup in the second time around off of Trevor Board. Got themselves a base hit and 2 walks that ended up turning into 2 runs. So they were able to keep themselves alive for longer. Try to turn this into something in the last 6 outs that they have.
Hospotter will lead things off here. It's the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Swoyersville. Yeah, 7-inning game here because of it being a double header between these two teams. First pitch from Bohr is a called strike 1. Trevor Bohr coming in relief. It's been Stoudemire to start the game, followed by Myers and then Bohr. The next pitch is a chopper hit toward the pitcher Bohr. Going to be a tough play. He throws wide of the bag. But an excellent grab over there at first by Caleb Fletcher preventing that from going into right field. So that was an impressive play.
Yeah, it keeps it to at least just an infield single instead of more, but Bohr just wasn't quite able to get there fast enough or make the throw quite on the line to get that out.
Yeah, and with him being left-handed as well, you got to kind of position yourself in the infield awkwardly.
He had to make a slower, longer turn to first base than a righty would.
Yep, that's why you don't see lefties play the infield except for first or pitcher. Could, I guess, have a catcher, but it's not super common, I guess.
Not common at all now, I should say that. I can't recall ever really hearing of left.
This one hit on the ground towards short. The throw over from Hartman in time for the out.
I thought Hartman had enough time to make that play on the lead runner at second, but he just decided to go with the easy out at first. When you're up by 9, I suppose you can afford to do things like that.
Pitch here from Trevor. Slow for a ball. So runner on second base for the batter here, and he sends it on the ground toward third. Dylan Stevens with a good grab over there. He throws back to third to try to get the double play. I'm sorry, that's Oviedo still. Almost looked like Stevens with the hair. I thought maybe they went into the bench, but that was Braden Oviedo. Making the play down there at third.
Lots of Badens and Bradens on this team.
Baden, Schaffner. That's on a call and strike 1. I was trying to give credit to Dylan Stevens. I thought maybe he had checked it.
Maybe he will at some point if
they both have the
at least
flow.
Perhaps in game 2, if not in the end of this game.
This one a call and strike. So 2 down here in the inning. Runner on third for post 644. Pitch from Bohr. Chopper. Hit toward first. Fletcher gets to it, but just a miscommunication there. That allows the run to come in to score from Hospotter.
It was actually
number 1.
Carson Buber over at second base was much closer to making that play for him at first base, but he didn't see him. He tried to throw it to Trevor Bohr.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird hit ball where it's tough to decide who should be going for it initially there.
Now, I believe Buber was there in time that they probably could have made that play, but he just never was able to turn to see that.
I was saying in general with Fletcher coming off of the bag to field it, I'm not certain if Maybe Boober should get to that, or Bohr should get to it. It's a tough one to read.
It was hit kind of right in the perfect spot for that kind of thing to happen.
Yes. 2 outs here in the inning, and Gill coming to the plate. And this is our score now, 11-3. Bohr checks the runner and delivers the next pitch. Throw down from Sifford back toward the bag, and not in time. I haven't seen a ton of Fletcher at first during the high school season. He played mainly in the outfield or catching and pitching for the Jefferson Cougars. Gill at the plate here. The next pitch, a breaking ball hit on the ground for Carson Boober. He'll flip to second over to Hartman for the final out of the inning, and we head to the bottom of the sixth. It is 11-3. Berkeley Post 14. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, as we head to the bottom of the sixth, 11-3 our score. Our cameramen this afternoon, Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner. Back in the studio is Spencer Dupuis. Costco remaining on the mound here for Post 644 out of Swoyersville, Pennsylvania, in the Scranton, Pennsylvania area. And 11-3 lead here for the Hornets as we head to the 6, 7, 8 hitters. It's going to be Landon Sifford, followed by Carson Boober and Braden Oviedo, unless manager Tobin goes into his bench, which is a possibility here with the lead in the sixth inning. The pitch here from Costco is a called strike in the knees. Sifford so far, fly out, sacrifice, and a ground out for him. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike two, Landon Sifford trying to get something going at the plate. Costco's been solid out of the bullpen so far today for Post 644, and Sifford pops this one up in the infield. Second baseman Scarlett coming over and making the catch for the first out. Boober will remain in and hit here as Carson homered his last time up. He's 1 for 1 on the season with a home run with a pair of walks.
See if
Not a bad first game of the year for Boober as he takes this one low.
I'm looking through the lineup here. I believe he's the only member of the Hornets so far to get on base in every single at bat.
Connor Bailey.
Connor Bailey. Yep. Just got to the. I started at the bottom, went to the top.
This one low for a ball. Boober, one of the younger guys on this team. He'll be back next season. 2-0 count. This one hit on the ground toward third. Del Rosa throws from the deep part of third base and gets Boober by about a half step for the second out of the inning. So Boober grounds out, and now it will be Dylan Stevens taking over for Braden Oviedo. So I was just an inning ahead.
Yeah, you just got a little bit of ahead yourself, Nick. That's all. You're just seeing the future, actually.
Yeah, both third basemen, so it made sense to me that potentially Stevens was already in the game, but he's now in the game here. As Oviedo 0 for 3 at the plate, and we'll see what Dylan can do. He'll take this one for a called strike. Maybe we'll see him pitch here in this second game. They got a few options, obviously. Stevens can pitch. Oviedo can pitch. Hartman, of course. Chase Herndon can as well. I don't know how much he's done in college, though, so I'm not certain if he still wants to pitch, but he might throw an inning or two. Who knows?
Right, of course, you would always have all the faith in the world in Carson Buber out on the mound.
Right, yeah, you got to have all the faith in the world in him. Griffin Horowitz not quite with the team yet, but he's with the Army still. So this one, a ground ball down the first base line, goes foul. He's in training right now. Expected to be back around June 10th, I believe. But they got a few different options.
Yep, and considering, it seems that technically Braden Stottlemyre and Jason Myers threw few enough pitches to be available in the second game if they really wanted them to, but of course you wouldn't really expect it.
Stevens swinging a miss, strike 3, so Dylan goes down swinging to end the inning. First 1-2-3 inning of the game for Berkeley Post 14 at the plate, so we head to the 7th. It is Hornets 11 and Swoyersville 3, and we'll see if Trevor Bohr can live up to his nickname and shut the door and allow the Hornets to get this win to begin the year, as we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Join us this summer for the thrill of American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier team in the area, and you don't want to miss 1 second of the action.
Brings up Camian Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow one to score.
The Hornets begin their season on June 3rd. We'll have coverage all the way through the area tournament, July 18th through the 22nd at P.O. Faulkner Park.
On the Sports Mix, you'll hear debates and discussions on everything in sports.
They got Mixon the best running back right now in the league, it feels like, too, so I think it can stay competitive.
Best running back in the league?
What?
I mean,
Derrick Henry didn't die, did he?
He wasn't healthy.
Tune into the Sports Mix with Spencer, Nick, and Colin. Weekdays from 12 to 1 on Talk Radio WRNR, FM 106.5, AM 740, TV 10, and streaming live on the TV 10 Facebook page.
Faulkner Park as we head to the 7th inning. Trevor Bohr on the mound still for the Hornets in relief, as it's been a really good opening day for Berkeley Post 14. They lead at 11-3 over Swoyersville 644. Doubleheader here on this opening day. 2 7-inning ball games opposed to the typical 9 innings that you get in a Legion game. For being a doubleheader, they play 2 7-inning games, and it will be Del Rosa here to lead things off, and he is the 5-hole hitter that's now been established. I think at this point is the first time he hit in the 6-hole, and they hit out of order, but nobody caught it except for us still.
Yep, and it doesn't matter if we catch it.
First pitch here from Bohr to Del Rosa is low for a ball. Del Rosa on the day struck out and walked so far. Next pitch, low for ball 2.
Sounds like Hedgesville's cut the lead to 11-6 now.
Yeah, Eagles not going down without a fight. We knew that. Fouled away here by Del Rosa. I mean, they're a lineup that 1 through 9, all those guys can hit, find ways to contribute, so you never know. Hedgesville could come back and pull off what would be probably a historic state championship comeback. 8 runs. Pitch here from Trevor Bohr is lined into right field. Del Rosa's had a nice day at the plate. You can tell he's got some good talent there. 2 hits now for him.
Here's Swoyersville trying to start their own 8-run comeback. They only have 3 outs to work with, though, so it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, that's for certain. McDermott struck out and singled so far. He broke up the no-hitter. He takes this one high for a ball back in the 5th inning. One 0 count. Del Rosa on first. Bohr delivering the next pitch. It's lined into right field. It's back-to-back hits here for Swoyersville as they start to get some momentum in this 7th inning, which could carry over at the very least into the next game, Dylan. Even if you don't complete what would be a miraculous comeback here in the 7th against Berkeley Post 14, down 11-3. If you can get that momentum for Game 2, get a little bit more confidence in your at-bats, you got to feel good about it.
Absolutely, yeah. You can. I mean, you're probably not going to see the same pitchers, at least start of the game, that you saw in this first game. So getting this done against Bohr can lead you to a boost in confidence, morale, going into the second game against some other pitchers.
Bayo to the plate. He takes the first one high for a ball. Second pitch misses as well. So Bohr getting behind again. 2-0 count. I think ideally, Manager Tobin doesn't want to use another pitcher here in this first game if he doesn't have to. I believe they're back in action on Tuesday for Berkeley Post 14. This one misses high for a ball. And as we know, early in the year, you're going to try to warm up these arms, especially the guys that haven't pitched in a while. Next pitch here from Bohr, called strike 1, or 2, excuse me. That 3-1 count here.
I think it's now 11-8 for Hedgesville.
Wow. This one hit back up the middle, going to be a tough play. Buber gets to it, steps on the bag to get the out. Runner speedy down the first baseline, Anthony Bayo, and he reaches on the fielder's choice. And Vaught will come to the plate.
Number 8, Hayden Vaught.
Yeah, it was just a little too slow of a roller, a chopper, to make that throw over to first, try to get the double play. So he didn't even make the attempt, as to not risk a throwing error.
So runner on third and runner on first with one out here in the inning. And Vaught at the plate. The next pitch from Trevor Bohr is fouled away. 0-1 count. The Eagles have come back to make it an 11-8 game, so certainly not over yet there as it heads to the bottom of the 5th inning. And this one runs inside for a ball.
Right, that's a very manageable game now. 3-run lead with two at-bats left.
Yeah, we'll see what they do with their pitching, though. That could be interesting as Bohr delivers this pitch that misses outside.
Right, yeah, that's the thing.
Jackson didn't have his best stuff, it appears, so you're going to have to rely. Coach Grove talked about it to us during the sectional tournament and the regional tournament. Guys like Mason Elliott, and this one popped up into right center field. Charging in and making the play is Connor Bailey for the second out. That will allow the runner to score on the sacrifice fly. But guys like Elliott and Wolf are going to have to step up again, so this could be that time where they get an opportunity to prove themselves in the state championship game. So we'll try to keep you updated on it, but we'll see what happens. RBI sacrifice here. Haas Potter will come to the plate. 2 down here in the inning, and the pitch hit on the ground towards second. Buber steps on the bag for the final out of the ball game as Berkeley Post 14 gets the win 11-3 over Swoyersville Post 644. 11-3 our final score, and Dylan, a really good first game of the year for the Hornets.
Yeah, up and down the lineup, it was a tough day for all the pitchers out there. For Swoyersville, especially Trevor Clem. But you look at Connor Bailey was 3 for 3. You had multiple home runs. Jordan Canby, Carson Buber able to send one over the fence. A 2 RBI single in the first inning for Colin Reed to start things out. Baden Hartman had an RBI double. So it just, no matter who came up the plate, they were able to pretty much have success. And then, of course, when you start things out with 3 innings of hitless ball on the mound from Braden Stottlemyre and Jason Myers getting 6 strikeouts in their first time through the lineup. I mean, it was just hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show. This is American Legion Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Join us at the golf tournament June 8th at 9 a.m. at Crest Creek. Support your dogs.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the post-game show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. We get into the post-game show, kind of wrap up some things here. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. 11-4 win for the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets over Swoyersville Post 644 to bring Berkeley to 1-0 on the year and a good start to the season. Hornets were able to strike early and often in this one. 3 runs in the bottom of the first, 1 in the bottom of the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth to get this 11-4 victory for Post 644. They were able to rally a little bit in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. That could potentially carry over into Game 2 of the doubleheader here today, but overall, just 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors as well for Post 644, so they'll look to clean that up. Berkeley Post 14, you got to be happy with everything here in this first game if you're manager Trip Tobin. 11 runs on 9 hits, no errors defensively. Your pitching started the game with a perfect game through the majority of it, first 4 innings. And then Trevor Bohr comes in and he had his ups and downs, but still was pretty good overall. Just a real solid way to start your season, Dylan.
Yeah, Trevor Bohr was able to, he had his struggles here and there, but nothing that got out of control. He was able to shut things down pretty quickly after getting some guys on base, some runs let in. So it was just the dominance of Stottlemyre and Myers in his early innings was able to make this, combine that with how well the lineup hit through the first 2 or 3 times through the lineup, and it was a big lead very early, and it was from everybody in the lineup, so that gives you a lot of confidence going into Game 2 as well. I can already see out on the field with the catcher, it looks like, if I had to guess, Dylan Stevens is going to start Game 2 from the way that he's throwing out here. with Cam Moore in the catching gear.
It's a good eye there, Dylan. You can tell who those two people are, but I do now see that is definitely Stevens. Game 2 will start at 3:15, so we'll come back on around 3 or so with a little bit of pregame and then hop into it for Game 2. But we'll quickly run down the individual stats and then get Dylan's player of the game. It's a 3-for-3 day for Connor Bailey, 3 runs scored. Sounds like a good candidate there. 1 walk for him as well. Cam Moore, 1-for-2 day. Baden Hartman, 1-for-2 with 2 RBIs, 1 run as well. Herndon, 1-for-4. Colin Reed, 1-for-2 with an RBI. Carson Buber goes 1-for-2 with 3 runs scored and a solo shot on the home run. And then another guy that I think you could nominate, Jordan Canby here. So it's a tough decision. 1-for-2, 2 runs scored, and that 3-run home run that really got the offense rolling and made it feel like Berkeley was going to pull away and win this one here today. So, again, 2 home runs in the game from the offense. And then on the mound, Stoudemire, if he would have kept going, he probably would be in the conversation. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts. Myers, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Bohr, 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. On the post 644 side, they get hits from Scarlett, Del Rosa, and McDermott, as well as Hosepotter. He also gets a hit. It's a 5-for-23 day at the plate as a team. Clem goes 4 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Klosko, 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So, Dylan, who is your player of the game here today?
It might be an underrated option here, but I'm going to go with Carson Buber because I think at the plate, those 2 walks that he drew early on were very timely ones that were able to, in the 7th spot, let the lineup flip back over to the top of the lineup after the first time around. And then the second time, it allowed Jordan Canby to be able to come up with 2 outs and hit that 3-run home run. And then Buber, of course, added in his own solo shot, and then he made some nice plays at second base, which is a position he's played before, but not this past season. So it's, a little bit of shaking off the rust of playing second instead of short when you had Baden Hartman over at shortstop. But he made some nice plays out there in the field as well. So, 1 for 2 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but he had 2 runs scored and a home run. Nice plays on the field, giving it to Carson Buber.
Yeah, I mean, it was a complete team win, so really, could have gone with any of, I think, 3 guys potentially today, really.
Yep.
Put their best efforts forward when you're looking at the numbers at the plate, but overall, I think just a really good win for Berkeley post 14, and they'll be happy with it. So, Carson Buber, the player of the game, and that does it here for us. We'll take a break, and then Spencer may give you an update on the state championship game. I don't know what he's going to do back there. It's up to him, really, but other than that, we'll just kind of have some other alternative programming, and then when we come back again, 3:15 starts. We'll be back on the air around 3 here for Game 2. This is American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in about 8 minutes or so.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
That come out. I want to be part of what we're doing.
Trip Tobin is he's done